Welcome back to Suncoast View. We have Siesta Key Summer House in our kitchen today. And for those who don't know, Siesta Key Summer House is also part of a great group on Siesta Key that involves the cottage, the hub, I believe it's the beach. Beach Club. There we go. I knew I'd get it all straight. So Alberto's with us. Alberto, tell us about a great promotion that we should know about in October with 2-for-1s at some of the other properties.
Yeah, so the Summer House is part of a community restaurants. Our sister restaurants are the Hub, the Cottage, and the Beach Club. And we have a 2-for-1 appetizers and drinks all day and night. So you can take advantage of this. Just head all the way down to Siesta, and once you arrive to the Cottage or the Hub, ask about the specials, and then you're going to have a 2-for-1 on all of these items.
All right, we love a deal in October.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Joey?
Selby Gardens has long been recognized by botanists around the world as having the best scientifically documented collection of wild orchids and bromeliads. Now, Selby has been awarded a prestigious grant from the National Science Foundation to allow more people to experience their great collection. President and CEO of Selby, Jennifer Romanecki, is here to explain more about it. Welcome.
Thank you.
And before we learn about the grant, a big congratulations. There was a wonderful article about you in the Sarasota Herald Tribune on Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
so appreciate
well,
it.
we're thrilled to have you, and we love everything that you are doing at Selby. So let's talk about the grant. To receive this grant, explain to us first what this grant in particular is meant to accomplish.
Wonderful. So just to back it up, plants provide 96% of the oxygen we breathe. Food we eat, medicines we take, so all life on Earth depends on plants. And the type of research Selby Gardens does is behind the scenes. The public doesn't see what we're doing. But what we do is we send researchers into the field to collect plant specimens, bring them back, and in order to study them and also georeference where they occur and their growing habits in their natural habitat. And so essentially, we have a preserved collection of about 130,000 specimens in our collection that we've georeferenced and that are for study in order to protect what the world has.
Wow.
And the National Science Foundation has given us a grant to digitize 50,000 of those specimens in order to make them accessible to the entire world and particularly to the world of science, to make that information available to all who are studying plants.
So in a way, could we almost compare this to the way a library might, they have a collection of books and they will then digitize them so everyone can access them through technology?
That's the perfect metaphor. That's exactly what this will do. And it just makes it accessible for free to the entire world of research internationally.
So you brought an example. Can you explain to us, over by Stephanie,
Yes.
what this is?
So this gives you an example of a preserved plant specimen. And so essentially, our botanists go into the field, collect the plant, they press it into 2 dimensions, dry it out, and this remains in our, what we call our herbarium, which is our sort of research treasure trove that collects all of these specimens. And this in particular, this is a wonderful example. It was named by our key founder, Dr. Carl Luer. The genus of this species is called Dracula because it looks like kind of like a bat, a Dracula, a little dragon, and so you know, it's very visual. But essentially, Selby Gardens has more than 100,000 of these. And you can see the plant is pressed, then it's cataloged, all the data is put there, it's georeferenced so you can see where it grows in its natural habitat. And that also allows us to monitor the differences that occur with climate change. Because you can see where a plant occurs and then where it moves and where it no longer occurs. And basically, if we don't know what the world has, we can't conserve it. And so that is really the great point of this, for sure.
So the digitizing and what you'll be able to do with the grant, you're so great. One of the things I admire about you is that everything that you do is part of a long-term project. You have a bigger goal in mind. How does this project, what's the long-term goal of this project?
So the long-term goal of this project is the consortium that we're involved in with the digitization of these species involves 16 other institutions around the country. And what we would like to do is digitize at least 2 million specimens.
Ooh, wow.
And what that will do is connect the gaps that are currently in the research world, since everyone's information is siloed. Selby Gardens, we're the world's expert on epiphytes, which are air plants that grow in the tree canopy instead of the soil, like orchids and bromeliads. So the world relies on us to provide the most relevant information about those plant groups. The other institutions are focused on other plant groups, and so we can unite all of this information, make it accessible and also free to everyone.
That's great. And 16 other organizations, that puts Selby in a pretty elite group, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Some of the other organizations include Harvard University, the Field Museum.
Wow.
There are only 4 other botanical gardens, including us, the New York Botanical Garden, Missouri Botanic Garden. So it really is, we feel so honored to have been awarded this grant. I think it just underscores our international position as having the world's best scientifically documented collections of orchids and bromeliads.
Oh, we're
That
so
is
proud.
amazing. Yeah, very proud. And so all of this is happening behind the scenes. We, of course, can see all of the great things happening at Selby Gardens. You have an amazing orchid show that is about to come up. I know it is a huge favorite of everyone every year. It is at the Gardens October 12th through November 26th. To learn more, go to selby.org.